Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you a fascinating tale of storytelling, suspense, and the supernatural. A short story titled Iswaran the Storyteller by the legendary Indian cartoonist and writer R.K. Laxman. Let's dive in. This is the story of Mahendra, a young bachelor and junior supervisor who worked for a firm that hired out supervisors to various construction sites, from coal mines to railway bridges, dams, and chemical plants. Mahendra led a simple life. Constantly on the move, he adapted easily to the roughest conditions, whether it was an old circuit house or a temporary tent set up near a stone quarry. But wherever Mahendra went, one person always accompanied him: his resourceful cook, Ishwaran. Ishwaran wasn't just a cook. He washed Mahendra's clothes, kept the place tidy, and most importantly, he was a master storyteller. Even in the most remote places, with no market in sight, Ishwaran somehow managed to conjure up vegetables and spices, creating delicious meals as if by magic. It seemed like he had a secret pantry hidden in thin air. After Mahendra left for work every morning, Ishwaran would spend his time cleaning, bathing, reading Tamil thrillers, and dozing off. And from these books came the inspiration for his dramatic tales. Every evening, Mahendra would sit back in his canvas chair, listening to Ishwaran's exaggerated, suspenseful accounts, stories laced with horror, mystery, and always a dramatic twist. One of Ishwaran's favorite stories was about a mad elephant. It began like this: "The place I come from is surrounded by thick forests," he would say. "Logs were transported by elephants. Huge, well-fed beasts. But once, one went mad. Ishwaran would jump to his feet, acting out the wild elephant's rampage, stomping, grunting, tearing through the forest, and then into a town. He described how the elephant broke fences, overturned fruit stalls, smashed pots, and then barged into a school playground, sending terrified children and teachers fleeing for safety. And then, something came over me," Ishwaran would say, eyes wide with intensity. "I grabbed a cane from a teacher and walked straight at the beast. The elephant, red-eyed and furious, raised its trunk to strike. But Ishwaran, with calm precision, struck its third toenail. A moment of silence. And then, the beast collapsed." Ishwaran would pause the story there, walk off to warm dinner, leaving Mahendra hanging on the edge of his seat. When pressed for the conclusion, Ishwaran would shrug and say casually, "A wet revived it. It was taken back to the jungle. Some Japanese martial art, I think, karate or jujitsu. I read it somewhere." But one night, Ishwaran told a different kind of story. After preparing a grand dinner to mark a religious day for honoring ancestors, he leaned closer and whispered, "Sir, do you know, this entire area was once a burial ground." Mahendra, caught in a pleasant post-meal daze, suddenly snapped to attention. Ishwaran claimed he had seen human skulls, and even ghosts at night. One ghost, he said, was of a woman with matted hair, a shriveled face, and a fetus in her arms. She appears on full moon nights. Disgusted and disturbed, Mahendra scolded him, "Stop imagining things, Ishwaran. Ghosts aren't real. Maybe get your head checked." But after that night, things changed. Despite his disbelief, Mahendra grew uneasy. He began peering out the window before bed, scanning the darkness for signs of movement. And though he tried to dismiss Ishwaran's story, it lingered in his mind, especially on full moon nights. Then, it happened. Late one night, Mahendra woke to a low moan outside his window. At first, he assumed it was a cat, but the sound grew deeper, more human. Terrified, he tried to resist the urge to look. But finally, He crept to the window and glanced outside. In the moonlight, he saw it. A dark figure, or clutching a bundle, drifting across the open land. He broke into a cold sweat and collapsed onto his pillow, his heart racing. Later, he told himself it was just a dream, a trick of the mind, autosuggestion, perhaps. But the next morning, as he stepped out for work, Ishwaran greeted him as usual, cheerful, unbothered. Then, with a grin, he said, "Remember the ghost I told you about, sir? The woman with the fetus? You saw her last night, didn't you? I came running when I heard the moaning from your room." Mahendra froze. A chill ran down his spine. Without another word, he turned and marched straight to the office and handed in his resignation. He had made up his mind. He would leave that haunted place the very next day. And that is the story of Iswaran the Storyteller. A tale that shows how imagination, drama, and a flair for storytelling can make even the most ordinary life extraordinary. Or maybe, not everything was just a story? What do you think? Was the ghost real? Or just a trick of the mind? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such captivating stories. Until next time, stay curious and keep watching.